Hello, this is Anthony Henley, coach of the South Bay Zephyrs. Playing here at Goodyear, playing against the Aussie Aces. Hopefully have a good game.
And a pleasant good afternoon to you, everybody. Welcome to the winter home of the Cincinnati Reds and the Cleveland Indians, Goodyear Ballpark, and the 2013 MSBL World Series. It's the team from down under, the Aussie Aces, and the undefeated South Bay Zephyrs. I'm Jeff Lowry with APN Sports. Antone Henley, he's got his team primed and ready for a championship run.
Frank Phillips, number 12.
That's it.
Okay. Name and number?
Michael Pedotti, number 25, third base.
Jeff Hamill, number 21, catcher.
Doug Poe, number 9, left field.
Rob Adele, number 24, outfield.
Pete Cesario, number 27, first base today.
John Arnold, number 44, first base.
Steve Fernandez, number 15, second base.
Bobby Graham, shortstop, number 6.
David Mango, number 5, DH and outfield.
Bob Lacasco, number 22, shortstop and catcher.
William Buckingham, number 99, pitcher, first baseman.
Mike Patrick, number 54, pitcher. Bill Downing, number 31, pitcher. Kevin Hagan, number 19, pitcher.
All right, from Goodyear Ballpark, we're set to go. Here's the game's first pitch, a called strike, and this game is underway. It'll be Bobby Graham, Mike Pedotti, and John Arnold. Mingo, Medell, Phillips, Poe, Hagan, Lukasco, Buckingham, Cesario, Fernandez, and then I think Antone Henley might be batting in that final position, as David B. hasn't showed up yet, so he'll be probably coming into the lineup shortly after the game starts. Here's a hard hit ground ball into left field, a base hit, and this game is underway in a big way for the South Bay Zephyrs, who come in here with a record of 3-0. I'll bring up second place hitter Mike Pedotti, and he's first pitch hacking, fly ball center field, dropping fast, and the first two have reached on base hits. I'll bring up the hard-hitting John Arnold, so Mike Pedotti is aboard. Fastball taken high for ball one. Of course, we had the walk-off win here on Sunday. Oh, well, actually over at Tempe Diablo Stadium, but right here on APN Sports. That ball is hit foul. 1 ball, 1 strike on the first baseman. Of course, Pete Cesario is going to get the start at first base in this game. Top of the first inning, first and second occupied with nobody out, and the pitch is outside, 2-1. Check that, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The left-hander Trevor Don gets the start here, and a swing and a high fly ball, foul territory, and that's out of play. Of course, we're getting started here at 2:05, and Arnold really battling against the left-hander Trevor Dunn. He kicks, he deals, and that is outside, ball 4. So a walk to John Arnold, back-to-back leadoff singles, Graham Pedotti, and now Dave Mango, the cleanup hitter here for the South Bay Zephyrs, and he grounds the first pitch into center field, a base hit. 2 runs are going to score, and just like that, South Bay leads it 2-0 here in the top of the first inning. So a 2-run single by David Mango, and the South Bay Zephyrs are off and running, and here's Rob Medell. Medell, an outstanding 5th place hitter. Mentioned this is a potent lineup. We mentioned it in Sunday's broadcast. This is a very potent lineup, and they can do a lot of damage.
Wow.
That pitch was awfully close. 3 balls, no strikes. Our special thanks to Antone Henley for setting up today's broadcast. Ball 4. And that one wasn't even close, and that will put them on first, second, and third. Bases loaded. Still nobody out, and now as you get a look at Antone Henley, Frank Phillips, brother Frank Phillips coming up. And he will take ball 1 off the inside part of the plate. Big Frank, the big hurtin', trying to expand that 2-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. He takes a strike and looks back at the home plate umpire. 1 ball and 1 strike is the count. Just underway from the winter home of the Cincinnati Reds and Cleveland Indians. This is Goodyear Ballpark. He got fisted on that one and fouls it out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Frank Phillips, today's starting pitcher for the Zephyrs. In the dirt. Nice scoop there by the catcher. So Danny Ruffy doing a good job behind home plate. High fly ball center field, and the catch is made, but it will be deep enough to score the run. They might have had a play on the plate with John Arnold, but they do not throw that way, and the Zephyrs here in the first lead at 3-0. Sac fly by Frank Phillips. That's the first out of the inning. They are at first and second, and a throw back to second. The runner is back in diving safe. David Mango. A lot of smiles already, off to a great start. Here's Doug Poe grounding one down to third. The third baseman will take it to the bag, and that'll be a fielder's choice. So with 2 down in the inning, Kevin Hagan finds himself in a 0-1 hole. He's got 2 on with 2 out. 3 runs in, and here's a line smash off the glove of the shortstop. Here is the runner, and Rob Medell tripping over the bag at third base, and now he's just sitting there decoying, and the third baseman wasn't sure what to do, and he's going to tag him out. So it'll go 8-5 unassisted, and that will retire the side. It was a hit for Kevin Hagan after a half an inning of play. South Bay with an early 3-0 advantage. Whit Whittlesey will start things off, the center fielder for the Aussies. Bottom half of the first inning, South Bay up 3-0. Whit, an outstanding leadoff hitter, one of the tops in getting on base. It'll be Whittlesey, Manning, and then the catcher Ruffy. Bottom half of the first inning, 3-0 South Bay. Hammered to center field, base hit. And I tell you what, I think Antone was seriously considering coming up and throwing to first base. It'll be a leadoff single for Whittlesey, and now the batter is the second baseman, Pedro Manning. There goes the runner. Pitch is taken for a ball, and the throw down will not get him. That's a stolen base for Whittlesey. Swing and a miss to Manning. 1 ball, 1 strike. 345 down the lines here at Goodyear Ballpark. 380 to the gaps, 410 straightaway center field. As we give you the ballpark dimensions, that is low. 2 balls and a strike. The catcher Ruffy and Don Patterson waiting in the wings for the Aussie Aces. We're in the 50 Cactus Wood Bat division. And a 1-hopper to the first baseman. Arnold takes it to the bag. Whittlesey moves up 90 feet to third base, and there's 1 down. I'll bring up the catcher, right-handed hitter with a slightly open stance, and Danny Ruffy just got hit by a pitch by Frank Phillips. So they're on the corners for Don Patterson, today starting right fielder. And he grounds one to the shortstop. He's got it. He goes to second. They throw it on to first. An inning, 6-4-3, double play. And at the end of 1 inning of play from Goodyear, South Bay leads Australia 3-0. And we're coming to you from Goodyear Ballpark, the winter home of the Cincinnati Reds and the Cleveland Indians. Jeff Lowry with you, APN Sports, apnvideo.com. The South Bay Zephyrs here in inning number 2 will send up catcher Bob Lukasco. Will Buckingham, Pete Cesario. Hit hard, but right at the second baseman. He comes up with it cleanly and throws him out at first base. 1 down. We'll bring up William Buckingham, who was a key contributor in that Game 1 win Sunday evening over at Tempe Diablo Stadium. Second inning of work for the left-handed starter, Trevor Dunn. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Will Buckingham. He came in, the team was on the verge of giving up a lot of runs and letting it get out of hand, and he came in, he slammed the door. I think he even had a base hit in that game. And the South Bay Zephyrs came up with a monster win in Game 1. Here's a rocket into center field, base hit. So a 1-out single by Buckingham. He's at first base. Courtesy runner will be number 22, Bob Lukasco. There goes the runner. Here's a throw, a one-hop throw. It won't be in time. And Bob has a stolen base. So Pete Cesario will bat. And a shot into center field, a base hit. Here comes the runner around third, and he will score without a throw. Pete Cesario with an RBI single, and South Bay leads it here in inning number 2, 4-0. I'll bring up Steve Fernandez. Trying to go opposite field with an inside-out swing, and he fouls it off, 0-1. Here's a roller, first base side. That's a foul ball. South Bay coming off, as we mentioned, they're 3-0. They're coming off an 11-5 win over Poco 45. As this ball is dumped out into right field, that's a hit. And Fernandez has a base hit, the 3rd straight hit of the inning, and they are on first and third for Antone Henley, the manager of the South Bay Zephyrs. So a lefty versus lefty situation. Henley slightly choked up on the bat. Hard-hitting left-handed hitter. And he rockets one down the right field line. That's a fair ball. It's going to go all the way to the 345 marker down in the corner. And Antone Henley drives in 2 with a 3-base hit. And the Zephyrs are on top 6-0. So a 2-run triple for the manager of the Zephyrs. The hit parade continues, and here's Bobby Graham, who had a base hit and a run scored in the first inning. So they scored 3 in the first, 3 here in the second. After struggling against the Poco 45s, they scored 8 times in the 8th inning in that game. And Roger Padilla, who is not available here today, picked up the win for the South Bay Zephyrs. Runner at third with 1 out, and Bobby Graham hoping to get an RBI here. 6-0 lead for South Bay, which is, I know Antone's from the Carson, California area, and I'm sure the team plays pretty close to there. Here's a roller to the right side. The second baseman cannot make a play on it. He will throw anyway to first. It won't be in time. It's an error, but an RBI on the play, and it's 7-0 as Antone Henley scores from third. Mike Pedotti jumps on the first pitch, and it's cut off by Wade at third. They'll go second one and will not get the double play. Outstanding play down there at the hot corner by Jeff Wade, and now the batter's first baseman, John Arnold. 7-0 lead, runner at first base. 2 men are out in the inning. David Mango on deck. Arnold a walk and a run scored in the first. 7-0 lead, top of the second inning. Here's the pitch. Grounded to the left side. The shortstop got the convenient hop and somehow could not make a play on it, and all hands are going to be safe. I think it hit the lip of the infield, and it just simply really threw the timing off of Nick Joyce. You could probably give, even though that was a play he probably should have made, but I think because of the way the ball came off the lip of the infield, it just threw him off, and I think you got to give a base hit there. So John Arnold is aboard. And now the batter is David Mango. 2-run single in the first inning. David drove in 2 runs on that Sunday game we covered. Had a triple, a single, a run scored, and 2 run-producing at-bats, and he has just walked here. That is the second walk of the ball game for Trevor Dunn, and another run is in. Or check that, the bases are loaded. So now the bases are loaded for Rob Medell. I saw Frank Phillips walking towards the home plate. I thought he was coming in to score. Here's a ground ball. Shortstop. Nope, it got through. Base hit. That one's going to go out into left center field and play 2 more runs. The throw comes into third, not in time. Rob Medell, a 2-run single, moves up to second base in scoring position. It is a 5-run inning, and it's 8-0. And here's the big hurtin'. Frank Phillips takes high, ball 1. Frank, a sacrifice fly to center field back in the first inning. We're in the top of the second. They have scored 5 times, and Frank looking for more, and he had a big home run cut and came up empty-handed. 1 ball and 1 strike on Phillips. The left-hander winds, kicks, and fires. That one's low for a ball. 2-1. With runners at second and third. Mango at third, Medell at second. The pitch. Fouled straight back, and the count is even on Frank Phillips at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dunn winds, kicks, he delivers. Good fastball, but just a bit high, maybe a little inside. Didn't miss by much. Full count. 2 men out, 5 runs in. Excuse me, 6 runs in as this ball is hit to third. Picked up there, long throw across the diamond in time. A 9-0 lead. I stand corrected as the inning comes to a close after 2.5. Here from Goodyear Ballpark as we go to the bottom half of the second inning. The Aussies down a touchdown and a field goal. And they come out walloping the ball to deep left center field. That's a hit. Jeff Wade is on his horse heading for 2, and the Aussies are off and running here in the second inning. So a 2-base hit by Jeff Wade, and the batter is going to be Nick Joyce. Joyce takes a strike. He's the shortstop for the Aussies. 50 and over Cactus Wood Bat Division. I'd like to thank Mal Sporn and the Kevin Shepherdson, the brain trust of the Aussies. And, of course, Mal Sporn was a guy that was so instrumental in getting this team here, as this ball is going to be looped out there to center, and a nice basket Willie Mays-like catch. Almost looked like the 54 catch by Antone Henley. So a fly ball to center field, 1 down. Here's Dave Thornton. I'll tell you, that's exactly the way the Say Hey kid used to do it. Basket catch, and he would wheel and deal. You'd think that he was just going to take his time and throw it in real nice and easy, and Willie would make that basket catch, plant the foot, and throw home. And here's a shot misplayed by the shortstop. Goes out in the left center field. That'll be an error on the shortstop. I'm not sure what happened there with Bob. Bob getting the start at shortstop. He was the catcher back on Sunday. So runners are at first and second with one out. You got Cesario at first base. This is Dave Oswald. The runner will take off for second, and did they get him? They got him. I don't know if he made the tag, but he's going to be called out. Caught stealing, Dave Thornton. Great job, great throw there by tonight's catcher, or today's catcher. Jeff Hamill. As this ball is chopped foul, so Oswald will have to get it done with two out. His team down 9-0. We're in the home half of the second inning. Frank Phillips, the long look in. He delivers, and it is outside for a ball. Pitch. And a roller to third. Gobbled up there. Nice long throw across. Left it short. But the first baseman, Pete Cesario, makes the play. And we're heading to inning number 3. It's all South Bay on APN Sports. All right, Doug Poe will lead things off as we go to the top of the third inning. He'll take a pitch inside for ball one. Third inning of work for the left-handed starter, Trevor Dunn. 9-0 South Bay. Swing and a foul evens the count at 1-1 strike. Antone Henley, the manager of the Zephyrs. Not sure why he was hanging out with the Aussies down there. Maybe an international trade agreement in the makings between our two countries. Poe hit into a fielder's choice back in the first inning. South Bay put up 3 runs in the first, capped off by a 2-run single by Dave Mango. 6 runs in the second. RBI hits by Cesario, Fernandez, the big 2-run triple by Henley, a 2-run single by Medell. As we get started here in inning number 3. The wind, the pitch. Drive into right center, that's trouble. And that's going to split the outfield. Outfielders, I should say, as it goes to the 380 mark. And coming around to third is Doug Poe. He's got a stand-up 3-base hit. He thought about going all the way, but was held up. So a leadoff triple. He gets a glad hand from the third baseman. And now the batter is going to be Kevin Hagan. Well, the Zephyrs come in here with a record of 3-0. But had a couple of scares. Actually, the Poco 45, which I don't want to take anything away from them, but certainly not the caliber of team the Zephyrs are. As this one is bounced to third. Nice backhanded play, or back-pedaling play, and the throw to first not in time. Here comes a run home, and it's 10-0. So scoring is Doug Poe after he triples. There'll be an error on, I believe, the first baseman. And so Kevin Hagan reach. And here's Bob Lucasco, who's getting the start at shortstop, and he's first pitch swinging, pops it up. Might get a base hit out of this, and he will. I think he kind of lost that. It was kind of reminds me of the way I play golf. Sometimes you hit a tee shot into the sun, you're like, I have no idea where it went. Buckingham. Oh, what a play by the shortstop. He will go to third and get the fielder's choice. Tremendous play. He robbed Buckingham of a base hit. So a good play by Nick Joyce. He's going to get a glad hand from his comrade in arms at third base. I tell you what, if you have had a chance to hang out with these Aussie Aces, this is a fun group of guys to be with. And stay with us at the conclusion of this game, because I know the two teams are going to exchange gifts with one another. As this one is grounded to shortstop and through the shortstop out into left field. So Pete Cesario is aboard. The run will score. That is the second run of the inning, and it is now an 11-0 lead. And the batter is Steve Fernandez. RBI single back in inning number 2. An inning in which the Zephyrs scored 6 times. Had a privilege of covering their Aussie Aces 70 team over at Maryvale this morning. First the pitch and a bouncing ball to the right side and through for a base hit. That should play another run as the throw comes to the first baseman. And now the batter is going to be Bill Downing. Bill, one of the pitchers in the arsenal of Antone Henley. We did the Aussie 70 and over game this morning at against the New England Red Sox. And I was greeted with the guy that helped me do, he did the color commentating. And he gave me one of those sharp Aussie Aces caps. Now, this isn't a $5, $6, $7 cap that they ordered in bulk. This was a really nice quality hat. As this one is looped over, the shortstop's hit out in the left center field. The shortstop will corral it. Phillips will score. And the Zephyrs continue to roll as Bill Downing gets an RBI hit. He was batting in the position that Antone Henley had occupied the first time up when Anthony hit a rocket down the right field line for a 2 RBI triple. Hamill to center field. He's got an RBI, possibly 2. They'll hold the runner up. So Hamill with an RBI single.
Oh and 1.
Ground ball and past the first baseman. And a first time up here for 54, Mike Patrick, who was the starting pitcher on Sunday. He has an RBI, and the Zephyrs are just continuing to roll. Next up is Bobby Graham. Roller to the right side. The second baseman knocks it down. He will flip to shortstop. They will credit him with an out there. Graham safe at first on a fielder's choice. So now the runners are at first and third. 2 out here in the inning. And the batter is going to be Pedotti. First switch swinging, ground ball shortstop. He will go to second, and they will step on the bag, and the inning is over. But 6 more runs come across. South Bay with a 15-0 lead as we head to the bottom half of the third inning from Goodyear Ballpark in Goodyear, Arizona. Just a beautiful day. Temperatures in the low to mid 80s here and just not a cloud in the sky. Chamber of Commerce Day as we get a look at Frank Phillips, the pitcher for the South Bay Zephyrs, and his third inning of work. And he's going up against Trevor Dunn and a long drive left field, and Poe could not make a play on it. That's going to be a base hit. Here comes a throw to second, not in time, and oh, wow, I'll tell you what, that is a dangerous play right there, and hopefully the second baseman's going to be all right. That is a good way to really mess up your leg, no question about it, and fortunately for South Bay, their second baseman's going to be all right. So Fernandez shaking it off out there as Bishop grounds one to short, but they're going to go to third, and that'll be the first out of the inning. A 6-5 fielder's choice. Bishop is at first base with one out as Dunn is retired. And here's Charles Fowler, scoop out in left field. Hit hard to the right side. Fernandez to second for one, but it was dropped by the shortstop, Pedotti. Or actually, I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. I keep thinking Bob is, he was the catcher in our first game here on APN Sports. He's getting the start here at shortstop. It is rare to see a guy that can catch and play shortstop. That is some doing. So with two down, here is Canis, and he laces one out into left field. That's going to fall in for a hit. That is why Rod Carew was a Hall of Famer, because he had this innate ability to just hit the ball exactly where Canis hit that ball. I mean, on a consistent basis. It was unbelievable. Rod Carew, one of the all-time greats. So we go back to the top of the Aces lineup. Here's Whittlesey. And he lines one to center, but it's going to be corralled by the shortstop, and he will tag the bag while laying on the ground. Definitely a highlight reel as we head to number 4. It is all, and I mean all, South Bay. They lead it 15-0. So we go now to the top of the 4th inning. South Bay has scored 3 in the first, 6 in the second, 6 more in the third. They lead it 15-0. First 3 up for Antone Henley's South Bay Zephyrs will be Arnold, Mango, and Medell. Well, it's the 4th inning of work for Trevor Dunn. Ball 4. And a leadoff walk for John Arnold, and Dave Mango will step up to the plate. A 2-run single in the first. He walked in the second, batting for the 3rd time. Probably had the hardest hit ball in our Sunday broadcast when he laced a triple to right field. Runner at first, nobody out. We're in the top of the 4th. South Bay up by 2 touchdowns, an extra point, and a 2-point conversion. Talk about the weather through the first, 3 days of this tournament. This is day 3 of the 26th annual MSBL World Series tournament, as this one is popped up and the third baseman's got it. Nice catch on a nice back pedal play, and there's one down. Medell has walked. He's had a 2-run hit. And our blooper play of the day as he bounces one to shortstop. Nice job. Flip it to second for 1. They'll try for 2. They won't get it with Medell. So there's 2 down here in the 4th inning. The batter is going to be Big Frank Phillips. The Big Hurtin has a sac fly to center field. He is grounded to third. He's first pitch hacking, and he pops it up, and the shortstop is under it. And Nick Joyce makes the play. We are now heading to the home half of the 4th inning. South Bay in control. And we'll return from Goodyear Ballpark in just a moment. Frank Phillips going back to work on the mound here for the Zephyrs. And the first pitch missed outside, ball 1. 4th inning action. It is all South Bay. Big lead over the Aussie Aces. Pedro Manning batting for the 2nd time. Bounced out first unassisted, his only time up in the 1st inning. He's the 2nd hitter in the lineup. We're in the 50 and over Cactus Wood Bat division. And a line smash and knocked down by the shortstop. Will he have a play? The throw to first will not be in time. Base hit for the Aussies to start things off here in the 4th inning. The batter is going to be Danny Ruffey, the catcher. He was hit by a pitch in the first. And he rolls one towards a shortstop. Could be two. He'll take it to the bag for one. On to first, double play, South Bay. A 6-3 double play. 2 down here in the inning, and now Don Patterson. And he launches one back into deep left field. The left fielder giving chase, can't make the play. Doug Poe. And Don Patterson on the very first pitch offered by Frank Phillips goes in with a sliding double. So I'll bring up the third baseman, Jeff Wade. Having some fun out here. So Don Patterson with a long double to left field is aboard with 2 out. Big cut and a miss by the Aces third baseman. Frank Phillips on the mound. He's hoping to eat up a lot of innings here. Of course, South Bay told me before the tournament even started, winning a national championship is their only goal. And so, even though they got a big lead right here, I think one thing that Antone Henley is probably concerned about is the fact that he'd like to see Frank go deep into this game so he doesn't have to use any more pitching than he has to. And that's going to be Frank's responsibility to go deep, whether that's 7 or 8 innings or whatever. And I think the last thing that you'd want to see here is, he gets his pitch count up here, and next thing you know, he's out in the 4th or 5th inning. And, of course, this is the 4th inning, but you need some innings. This ball's grounded up the middle and off the glove of the shortstop. Trickles out in the center field, a base hit. That's going to produce a run. So the Aces are on the board, and now the batter is going to be Nick Joyce, the shortstop. Ground ball towards Bob at short. He knocks it down. All hands are going to be safe. That's an infield hit. That is 3 straight hits, and now Dave Thornton. So a run in here in the 4th inning for the Aussie Aces. A called strike as Dave Thornton digs in. He reached on an error back in inning number 2. 15-1 is our score. Frank Phillips on the mound. Right-hander kicks and fires, and a beautiful changeup. Had the hitter way out in front. Dave Thornton 0 for 1. They're on the corners with 2 out. The Aussies have had 4 hits in this inning. Here's a pop-up to the right side. The first baseman can't make a play. Phillips a little late getting over. The throw there, not in time. Another hit. Another run is in, and it's now 15-2. And the batter is going to be Dave Oswald. Not a bad-looking pitch. Looks like it was called ball 1. Grounded to third to end the 2nd inning. He bats here in the 4th. The Aussies have put a couple of runs on the board. Chopper to third. Here's a charging third baseman up with it, throwing, and he throws it wide. And Oswald is aboard, and they're going to rule that a base hit. So now the bases are loaded. Here's Trevor Dunn, the starting pitcher, and that one is in the dirt and scooped out nicely and keeping it in front of him by the catcher, Jeff Hamill. And this one is skied out to center field, but Henley is there to make the catch to retire the side. But they get a couple of runs on 5 hits. They leave them loaded. And after 4, it's 15-2 in favor of the South Bay Zephyrs. From Goodyear Ballpark, Goodyear, Arizona, winter home of the Reds and the Indians, 2 playoff teams this year. So 5th inning action will be Doug Poe, Kevin Hagan, and Bob Lucasco. 5th inning of work for starting pitcher Trevor Dunn.
3-1.
3-1 pitch. High ball 4. So Doug Poe is aboard. And the next batter fouls one off. Kevin Hagan has had a base hit. He has reached on an error. Runner at first, a throw over. He was about 2 feet off the bag, so there's a close-up look. And that ball hit him. So Kevin heads down to first base. First and second, occupied, nobody out. And now Bob up there for the third time. We're in the 5th inning. South Bay with 3 runs in the first, capped off by a 2-run single by David Mango, a sac fly by Frank Phillips. They scored 6 in the second inning. RBI hits by Pete Cesario, Steve Fernandez, a 2-run triple by Henley, and then a 2-run hit by Medell. They got 6 more in the third as this one is skied into right field, and they'll drop in for a base hit. So now you got runners on here for Buckingham. And in the third inning, Bill Downing had a hit. Hamill and Patrick drove in runs. Aussies had 2 runs on RBI hits by Wade and Joyce, as this one's hammered to center field, long run, and the center fielder can't make a play. That's going to plate some runs here. He's not bothering to even go for the ball. And Buckingham's going in with a 2-base hit. A couple more runs come across. They'll be at second and third. It is a 2-run double for Buckingham. And I believe we're up to 18-2. Now Pete Cesario. He had an RBI single, as I just mentioned, back in the second. Good crowd here on hand. That's high. 5th inning action. So Doug Poe led off with a walk, a hit batsman. Bob got a single. That loaded the bases. A 2-run double for Buckingham, and Pete sends a long soaring drive to left field. It's over the head of the left fielder. Another run is in, and Pete will settle for a long single. So they're on first and third, and the batter is going to be Steve Fernandez. Strike called on Fernandez, who is 2 for 2 at the plate. Three-run inning. 18. Now it's 18-2 now, excuse me. Well, Fernandez up there now for the third time. Takes another strike. Good pitch by Trevor Dunn here in the top of the 5th inning. The Zephyrs have put together 3 consecutive hits. And an opposite field shot, that'll drive in another run. Scoring is Medell. I think he was the courtesy runner for Buckingham. That is the 4th run of the inning. And just like that, it's 19-2 in favor of South Bay. Here's Downing, and he's going after the first pitch as he clobbers that one into center field, a base hit. Pete Cesario will hold up at third base. Downing 2 for 2. Got an RBI hit back in the third inning. You ought to see my score sheet, folks, with all the additions at the bottom. I have to get another page here as this ball is lifted in the air to left field. A long run. He can't quite make the catch. So that one is in there, and for David B., Balvadambrini. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Here in the 5th inning, Dave B has an RBI hit. So Pete Cesario scoring from third. It's a 5-run inning. And I got a count of 20-2. I'll tell you what, give some credit here to the Aces starting pitcher, Trevor Dunn. He's still out there. He's thrown a lot of pitches through 4+ innings. And there is still nobody out. So another run comes across. Steve Fernandez. And we're going to get a new pitcher. Bob Patterson is coming on. Dunn goes 4+.
99.
So the new pitcher is Don Patterson, excuse me. And we are still at the bottom of the order here. Nope, we go back to the top of the lineup, the original lineup by Antone Henley, and here's Bobby Graham. I'll tell you what, the bottom part of this lineup has been perfect. Going from Pete Cesario down to Patrick, they have been up collectively 13 times. They've been on base all 13 times. That's the bottom part of your lineup. Bobby Graham has reached on an error, a fielder's choice. He singled in the first. And he just got called out on strikes. I don't know if he cared for the call. Now Mike Pedotti. All smiles as Patterson as he just came into the ball game and records a strikeout. Now Mike Pedotti likes to jump on that first pitch, but he'd have to turn around and bat left-handed if he had a chance to get that one. And a couple of smiles after that last pitch from the bench of the South Bay Zephyrs. Pedotti up there. He is 1 for 3, and he grounds one down to third. They'll step on the bag for one. They'll throw it home, and that will be a double play, and the 5th inning is in the books. But the damage was done to the tune of 6 runs. It is now 20-2 in favor of the South Bay Zephyrs here on APN Sports. We'll be back. Coming to you from the winter home of the Cincinnati Reds and the Cleveland Indians, a couple of playoff teams. Welcome back to the 26th annual MSBL World Series, and we got a ground out to start the home half of the 5th inning after South Bay puts up 6 more runs and now leads it 20-2. So Alan Bishop, outstanding hitter, bounces out. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Charles Fowler. Hit into a fielder's choice his first time up. 5th inning of work for starting pitcher Frank Phillips. Beautiful day here in Goodyear, Arizona. Our game time temperature about 81 degrees, and ball 4 to Charles Fowler as he takes first base. And the batter's going to be Canis Cannonberg. He takes a strike, and it's 0-1. South Bay with 3 in the first and 6 runs in each of the 2nd and 3rd and 5th innings. There goes the runner, and he will make it without a throw. So stolen base for Charles Fowler. He is in scoring position here in the bottom half of the 5th inning for the Aussie Aces out of Australia. Earlier today, the 70s, as this ball is hit over the head of the shortstop and out into left field, a base hit. So Canis with his 2nd hit of the ball game. And I think we're going back to the top of the lineup, and here's Whittlesey. He chops one down to third. They'll hold the runner. It was dropped there. Pedotti will throw to first, and the tag will be made, and it was not in time. So good hustle down the line. That is not Whittlesey. I saw the 1 and the 1-1 looked like a 71. Here is Whittlesey, the last hitter. As Whittlesey swings and he misses. That was Graham. So Graham is aboard, and the bases are loaded. But earlier today on APN, we had a game over at Maryvale Baseball Park. 34-5, the 70s beat the New England Sox. Mal Sporn's team. Special thanks to all the guys over there. It was a lot of fun. Had a chance to call the game with a gentleman that had several of his childhood or college friends that are playing for the Australian team in attendance and playing for that 70s team, and he came up and did a little color commentating, and we had a lot of fun with it.
2-2.
And you'll have to stay with us at the conclusion of this game because I think the two teams are exchanging gifts and probably some good times after the game. Whittlesey swings and he misses and goes down on strikes. Hopefully he's going to be all right. First strikeout of the day for Frank Phillips. And now Manning will bat and take a strike. He is 1 for 2. He had a single back in the fourth. High and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. The bases are loaded. 2 are out. We're in the home half of the 5th inning. Two and one. David B. is now in at catcher. Bouncing ball over Phillips and into center field, a hit. And the Aussies trying to plate a couple of runs, and the throw home won't be in time. And the runner from first is going to go all the way to third. That's Graham. So a 2-run single for Manning. And now 4 runs up on the board for the Aussies here in the bottom half of inning number 5. They scored 2 in the 4th and 2 more here in the 5th. And here's Dan Ruffy. Phillips delivers, and it's a strike. A good fastball outside, right down the middle, actually, and it's 0-1. He grounds one down to third, but foul. Right-handed hitting catcher. Been hit by a pitch and bounced into a double play. And now the run is going to score on the wild pitch. So that is the 3rd run of the inning. And a ball hit down the line out of play. Temperature about 80, 81 degrees here for this 2 o'clock start time. We're coming to you from Goodyear Ballpark in Goodyear, Arizona. Phillips delivers. Well, I'll tell you what, getting a workout there is David B. As the throw gets away, and fortunately for the Zephyrs, he threw it right to the shortstop, the pitch. Bounce foul. And a looper to right field. Mango can't get it. That's going to be extra bases. That's going to be an RBI double for Danny Ruffy. And it's a 4-run inning. The batter is Don Patterson. So here in the bottom of the 5th inning, the Aussies have come alive. Don has hit into a double play. He has doubled. He has scored. And he hammers this one into left center. That's going to be a base hit. And they will be at first and third. So a base hit by Don Patterson keeps it going. The batter is Jeff Wade, who started the game at third base. He takes a called strike. It's 0-1. So runners are at first and third, 2 out, 4 runs in. High fly ball into left field, shallow left. The third baseman goes out and makes a sprawling catch. Mike Pedotti. Outstanding play, one of the best plays we've seen today, and that will retire the side. From Goodyear, it's all South Bay. All right, we head now to inning number 6. South Bay Zephyrs have scored in each of the first 5 innings with the exception of inning number 4. And they'll be sending up the 3, 4, 5 hitters, Arnold, Mango, and Medell. So, of course, well on their way to another victory at 4-0, and barring an Australian comeback. South Bay is going to go to 4 wins, no losses, looking good to get into the playoffs. Boy, Arnold, a big swing and a miss, and Patterson, who's had a couple of strikeouts since coming in relief of starter Trevor Dunn, has done a good job. 1 down. He has set down all 3 hitters that he has faced, and now facing the right fielder, David Mango, who wallops one into deep right field. He hit it a ton. And that ball's going to be caught. A sensational catch by Graham out in right field. He reached up and made the catch. As we try to focus in, what a play by the right fielder. So there's 2 down. You can hang a star next to that play. And now Rob Medell, who has walked, driven in 2 with a single back in the 2nd inning, hit into a fielder's choice. 2 out, nobody on here in the top of the 6th inning. Curve is in there for a called strike. He didn't like the call. The Australian Aussie Aces. And those Oakland A's type uniforms, the green and gold, or green and yellow. Chopper foul at the plate. The question now is, will we get 9 innings in with the 3-hour time limit? This has popped up. The first baseman, he can't see it. Good hustle by the catcher. Ground ball knocked down by the pitcher. Spectacular play by Patterson. He throws him out. A 1-2-3 inning, and he's got a strawberry to go along with one of the top plays we have seen in this tournament. Jeff Lowry coming to you from Goodyear Ballpark as we head now to the top of the bottom half of the 6th inning. Zephyrs up by a 20-6 count. Fans making a lot of noise here as Nick Joyce hits one right back to Frank, and he's got it. He'll throw on to first, and there's 1 down. So Joyce retired 1-3. Here's Dave Thornton looking for his 2nd hit. He is 1 for 2. He drove in a run in that 4-run 5th inning for the Aussies. He reached on an error back in the 2nd inning. Chopper over the mound, and he has his 2nd base hit of the ball game. Dave Oswald Swing and a miss. Unfortunately, the shadows are coming in. Tell you what, this camera's doing a pretty good job with the contrast, and it's a big contrast as this one's off the hand of Phillips. He will still have time to throw him out at first base, 2 down. So another 1-3 put out. Here's Trevor Dunn, the pitcher. Today's starting pitcher. He went the first 4. Patterson has pitched the last couple. As we play here in the top half of the 6th inning, and the pitch to Dunn is high and away. .81 degrees, our game time temperature. Here's the next delivery. Swing and a miss. Hey, did you like that? That was a pretty cool effect. Sorry about that, folks. Phillips. And the pitch on its way, opposite field. And it got by the third baseman. That ball may have hit the lip of the infield and came up on Pete Cesario down there at third base. So it'll be ruled a base hit for Trevor Dunn. He is aboard. 2 on, 2 out. The batter is going to be Alan Bishop. He grounds one up the middle. The shortstop will field, and they will retire the runner and retire Bishop out of Morfett Vale, South Australia. So we head now to the top of the 7th inning. Patterson in there in his 3rd inning of work. Aussie's denied a run in the bottom of the 6th inning, and now back in the field here in inning number 7. Phillips, Poe, and Hagan. If you're wondering, Phillips drove in a run with a sac fly back in the 1st inning. Is grounded to third. He has popped up to shortstop. Had a good swing at that one and fouls it straight back. And a swing and a miss. 2 strikes on Phillips. I think some of his teammates are giving him a hard time down in that first base dugout. And now the count is run full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jeff Lowry here from Goodyear Ballpark. So glad to have you with us here. Antone Henley setting up the broadcast today. Here's the windup, here's the pitch, and it's low and inside, ball 4, and Phillips is on for the first time this afternoon. That'll bring up Doug Poe. And a called strike, it's 0-1. Now bear with us, we're making some adjustments. We got those shadows coming in, and I think if you watch even the national broadcast of some of these games that are played at this time where they got the shadows, a lot of contrast. So bear with us. We'll try to get this cleaned up here where the people in the sunlight aren't overexposed and underexposing those in the shadows. Poe pops it up. Is this playable for the second baseman? He will make the snow cone or the ice cream cone catch. 1 down. Good play there. I bring up Kevin Hagan. He is singled. He's been hit by a pitch. He has reached on an error. He's been on base all 3 times. High fly ball, left field, long run, and can't get there. It splits the outfielders. Well, a good effort by Bishop. That'll be a long single for Kevin Hagan. His 2nd hit, and now is 2 for 3. Good effort by the Aussie outfield. And the courtesy runner is going to be Doug Poe, last batted out. First and second occupied with one out. And here's Bob. First pitch hacking, long drive, deep left, and over the head of the left fielder. Phillips coming around third. He will score without a throw. 21-6. South Bay on an RBI hit by Lucasco. Phillips scoring from second. Runners are at first and second, and now William Buckingham, who has been on base 3 times, though 2 for 3, reached on a fielder's choice in between a second inning single and a 2-run double back in inning number 5. He chops one foul. Pretty good hitter. Boy, he hit the ball extremely hard in that second inning, his first time up, and then the double. He rolls one up the first baseline, but just foul. When you see a guy underarm throwing it to the pitcher, as this ball is laced out into left center, and Buckingham picks up his 3rd hit of the ball game. A lot of sore arms on this Aussie team, a lot of underhanding. I know the feeling. Man, do I know the feeling. So the bases are loaded, and here's Pete. Pete is 2 for 3. He, too, has reached on an errand. He's had 2 RBI singles. Goodyear Ballpark, top of the 7th inning. Ground ball into left field, a base hit. Another run will score. That is the 2nd run of the inning, the 3rd RBI of the day for Pete Cesario, and it's 22-6. Chopper, first base side, looks like a fair ball. The first baseman will take it to the bag. And Fernandez retired, 3 unassisted. But another run comes in. Bob scores. It's a 3-run inning. And now the next batter is the 2 for 2 Bill Downing. Okay. It was 21. I had 21-6 going into this inning. I said 20-6. It was 21-6. Now it's 24-6. That's the score that I've got. And again, if I made a mistake, boy, I'll tell you, my score sheet, it's a mess. It truly is. Downing has been up twice. He's batted in that final position that was previously occupied by Antone Henley, who had that 2-run triple back in the 2nd inning. And Downing went around on that one. Boy, that sun just awfully bright here. And shining right at the pitcher as the delivery comes in. And here is a chopper off the pitcher's mound. Patterson over to get it. He'll toss it over to first base, and that is that. 1-3 on the putout, 3 more runs. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch time from Goodyear, 24-6 South Bay. All right, bottom half of the 7th inning, and the Aussies are back at the plate, and they'll start with Charles Fowler, the left fielder. And a tough ball, but corralled nicely by the first baseman, Jeff Hamill, 1 down. Canis has had an outstanding day at the plate. Couple of base hits and 2 tries. Frank Phillips in his 7th inning of work. Struggled a little bit in the 5th inning, but overall has pitched a pretty good ball game as this one is fouled back and out of play. And a chopper to the right side. The second baseman is there. He's up with it. He will throw him out, 2 down. And, of course, Phillips, one of the things that we talked about earlier, as Graham comes to the plate, he gets jammed and fouls it off. 0-1 on Graham, is that the fact that, with the playoffs starting on Thursday of this week, Bill Downing starts to loosen up, and that's exactly what I was going to get ready to talk about is, you want a lot of innings out of your starter. That's going to be an infield hit. Graham is on for the second time. He made a wonderful catch on a long, deep fly to right off the bat of Dave Mango. So here is number 12, not listed on the roster. Off of Pete, he's up with it, stays with it, and throws him out at first base. So that will end the inning as we head to the 8th now. South Bay with a 24-6 lead. You're watching the 2013 MSBL World Series from Goodyear Ballpark in Arizona. All right, we go now to the top of the 8th inning. David B. batting for the second time. RBI hit. And one hops it down to third. Long throw. No chance. And he legs out an infield hit. He's 2 for 2. Now the batter is going to be Patrick. Mike Patrick was the starting pitcher in our game Sunday. Comebacker, Patterson throws to second, 1. No chance for a double play. So that'll be the first out of the inning. The Aussie Aces. Well, I know these guys are having win, lose, or draw, having a good time out here. A lot of laughs. The umpires enjoying the time, and that's what this game is all about. Of course, I know when you're competitive like I am, and Antone Henley and Frank Phillips, and a lot of us don't come out here to – we come out here to win, but I'll tell you what, when you're playing against a great group of guys from Australia like this is just the camaraderie. You cannot put a price on it. Yeah, it's been our pleasure bringing these pictures to you here on APN Sports, and our website is apnvideo.com. Bobby Graham singled his first time up. Since then has reached on an error, fielder's choice, and a strikeout. Here's a ground ball. The shortstop can't make the play on it, but he bobbles it towards the bag and then actually steps on the bag to make the force out. Good job. So a fine job by Nick Joyce hanging with it. And now Mike Pedotti looking for his second hit of the day. He had a single in the first, fielder's choice in the second. He has scored 2 times. And a reminder to stay with us. Don't turn your DVD player off, because we'll have post-game coverage. High fly ball, left field, deep and out of play. Looking forward to that, and we will also have an exclusive interview with the renowned Frank Phillips, today's winning pitcher. Barring a huge comeback by the Aussies. We're in the 8th. South Bay with a 24-6 lead. Looking to improve to 4-0 in the 2013 MSBL World Series. And a ball hit up the middle, deflected by the pitcher. It went right to Joyce at shortstop, and the inning is over. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's South Bay coming up scoreless in the top of the 8th. Antone Henley warming up his outfielders here in between innings. This could very well be our final inning, and now you're getting a look at the new pitcher, Bill Downing. So 7 outstanding innings by Frank Phillips. Well, 6 outstanding innings. Gave up 4 in the 5th inning and ate up a lot of innings here for Antone Henley. And, of course, as we said, Thursday is the playoffs. They got 2 tomorrow. So this was a vital performance by Frank Phillips, eating up innings. Whittlesey will start things off. He'll take ball 1. Fastball up and in. Whittlesey has had 1 hit today, only batted 3 times. So Downing coming in here, throwing BBs, and Whittlesey with a base hit into left field. So he is aboard. And the batter's going to be Pedro Manning, who has had base hits in his last 2 plate appearances, including a 2-run single back in the 5th inning. He grounds one to the right side. The second baseman, that's Bob. He'll throw it to short and on to first, and that's a double play. 4-6-3 double play, 2 down in the inning. And here's Danny Rafi. Nobody on, 2 out. Bottom half of the 8th inning. And here's a ball hit hard, but right at Cesario at third. The throw across the infield, and that's it. The ball game is over as the South Bay Zephyrs go to 4-0 with a very impressive 24-6 victory over the Aussie Aces. Well, stay with us. We'll have more coverage from Goodyear Ballpark here in Goodyear, Arizona, as the 2 teams exchange gifts on a beautiful afternoon for baseball. This is Jeff Lowry from APN Sports and APNvideo.com.
Yeah, we're going to take a picture with them. I think we swapped them with everybody. I got some more swap in.
Hot eyes. Hey, Zephyrs, let's go to the pitcher's mound to get a picture. Hey, everybody, come on to the pitcher's mound.
You can't see that far, Hagen. 70 feet. Hagen, you can't even see that far. We know you can't. The same as you had yesterday.
Well,
Hey guys, one
of each. One of each. Go across. So, guys, you guys get in front, and we'll slide in.
We know we're a little further. Mike, I got you. Two hands on the shoulder.
They are from California, you know.
Now I have to take a couple. Camera's not ready. What is all this? That's not the picture of you.
Somebody that's being evaporating.
Oh, okay.
Very thin.
Wait, one more. Cameras.
Yes. Thank you very much. Breaks wow. Every day. Wow. Oh, man.
All right, we have the winning pitcher of this fourth game of the MSBL World Series 2013, Frank Phillips. Congratulations. You'll be feeling pretty good about your chances to go deep this year.
I think we'll do really well. As long as we keep healthy, that's the problem is with most of this thing. You lose a couple of guys and you have a little problem. We'll do well.
You talk about this stadium. What's it like being out there on the mound here at Goodyear?
It's a whole lot of fun. They keep it really manicured well. The umpires were real good, and the stadium personnel treats us real well here.
And what about playing with the Aussies? What was this experience like?
We played against them a couple, 3 times now, and every time it's a whole lot of fun. They come and they're very enthusiastic. They come to play, and we have a great time with them.
All right. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
All right.